Hello, everyone's. I am here for my review of Real Housewives of Potomac, Season 7, Episode 7. If you are new to my channel, welcome. I am Lady T. I like to do reviews on scripted reality shows, and also do reactions. If you're returning, you one of my peoples, welcome back. So, we have one comment from my last video. You are right. This is from Queen Starlet Pimp Sunkiss. Hey, boo. You are rightly bothered. The bullying in the colorism in this show is ridiculous and unacceptable. I could not agree more. And I truly believe if Monique has the opportunity and tools to, she would have gained up with the Green-Eyed Bandits to ice Candace out or any other one of the brown-skinned girls because she wanted to be accepted by them so bad and would often switch up on Candace when she was around one of the yellow bone bandits. I totally agree, which includes Ashley, don't it? So I don't know why people be talking that is like Candace and Wendy were supposed to go hard for Monique with Monique was dead wrong. I totally agree. On top of being a flip-flop and being guilty of the same as Candace, which is looking for acceptance and friendship from miserable color complex yellow heifers that are jealous and don't want to like her, shaking my head. And I was like, that is so true. She didn't even realize that while she was buddying up on them to take Candace out, they were looking for an excuse to get her out. And the moment they got it, they used it. But I'm going to say this. I understand if Giselle felt uncomfortable being in a room with a married man. That I understand. And I would not fault her. Where I fault her is she's adding on to it depending on who she's talked to. So it went from I felt uncomfortable. She told this to Robin directly afterwards. Okay, you don't want to put that image out there that I was alone with a married man. Understand. But when you brought this to Candace, you made it seem like, well, it seemed like he was trying to see if he could do something. Now, she can never remember exactly what he said or what he done if she felt uncomfortable. And every time she talks, she's adding layers and layers and layers to it. Just like Ashley, she's bringing more people on. I did not catch how last episode that Giselle said that Chris was out here grabbing booties. Oh, so now he's turning into Michael Darby, grabbing booties. We haven't seen Chris be inappropriate with these ladies in that type of way. We have seen Michael being inappropriate by touching different people's behinds, including the person who runs the show, which is Andy Cohen. He touched Ray's behind. But it seemed like they was quick to forgive and ready to give Ray, not Ray, but what's his name? Michael, a hug. But with Chris, it's like they're really trying to ruin this man's reputation for a storyline. And I don't like it one bit. There is people, and I don't want to go there, but it seems like I have to, who have lost their lives off of a lie somebody told. Merlin Santana, for an example. This young lady said he did something to her, and he ended up losing his life. Emmett Till, same thing. And what Candace said, she may have worded it wrong when she said it's women like you that when they don't believe victims. What she meant was it's hard for people to believe victims who said something's happened to them when we got women like Giselle adding some stank on this. Chris made me feel uncomfortable. Chris, when he wanted to see what he was trying to do. Chris was over there flirting with this person. Chris was flirting with this person. Chris ain't never did none of those things until this season, and it's coming from y'all. And it's disgusting that she thought this was going to go the way she thought. And I'm assuming that she thought either it was going to go for like episode or two and they were just going to squash it, or Candace was going to come out of the bag and Candace was going to look like the bad guy. But Candace is asking, so what exactly happened? What did he say? What did you say? She's asking these questions because she's wanting to catch Giselle in a lie. But we, the audience, are seeing just. I've been seeing Giselle for who she is. And for the longest time, I did not understand why Candace wanted to be so cool with these women who were so jealous of her. Mainly Ashley. The moment Ashley doggone and made it seem like I was coming after her with a butter knife, we wouldn't have to talk no more. Because Ashley is the type of person that would smile in your face knowing she was doing dirt behind your back. I.e., when she went and wrote that statement for Monique, when she wasn't even in the room when the attack happened. And she smiled and kikied all in Candace's face and then was like, well, I did write a statement on Monique's half. Same thing she did when she was smiling in your face when she was eating that charcuterie board at your house. She walked in your house and seen how lovely it was, and it reminded her that you did not have to lay on your back to get this. And she had to do that and doggone it, get two babies just to get the lifestyle that she wants. Let's get into this review. I get that Peter and Mia are friends. What I don't get is, why is he telling her that he is beefing with Wendy? And is it even a beef if Wendy does not know what is going on? And Mia, she couldn't wait to hop, skip, and run and tell Giselle, yeah, Peter said he is beefing with me. He's beefing with Wendy. And she couldn't wait to go to this restaurant so she can get some drama started. Because remember, she don't like Mia. She don't like Wendy. Not really sure why she don't like Wendy when doggone and Wendy was the only, between Wendy and Karen, they was the only one that was like, Giselle and Robin, they was wrong to just confront you about your health issues. But you mad at Wendy because that goes ingrained with what Giselle and Robin got going on. Let Giselle tell it that Peter is only being nice to Wendy and that he has no intention of going into business with Wendy. And I don't know what to tell you, Giselle, but Wendy no longer wants to go into business with Peter. I thought it was a bad idea from the beginning. Because don't Peter be owing money left and right? And don't his businesses be closing left and right? Yeah. Mia's also doing a lot of complaining about Jacqueline. Now, on one hand, this is seeming like this is Jacqueline's normal thing, be forgetting her stuff. But another thing, ma'am, you are up in the age. So, you knew you was going on this trip. You didn't think to bring your deodorant, your toothbrush, your toothpaste. Now, mind you, there has been times when, like, I am a last minute packer. I'm trying to get better with that. But there's a time I forgot my deodorant at home. We got to make us a quick trip to Walmart. But it's seeming like this is what Jacqueline does. And Mia usually doesn't have a problem. But now that we're on TV, I'm going to make it a problem. This episode, Mia was doing a lot of being shadiness towards Jacqueline. She was. I also clocked how Mia convinced Sharice to stay because she wanted Wendy and Candace to have to share that twin size bed. No. You built this up as this most fabulous, luxurious house that these women have never seen and will never see again. But Giselle and Robin's bedroom, every time somebody flushed the toilet, they gotta hear it. Wendy and her, it's hot as all get out because the AC don't seem like it's working like that for real. The way I would have called every hotel to get me a room, because Wendy was like, it was so hard for me to find this Airbnb. You're not going to be able to find one. Okay, maybe not over here, but I'm going to go over there and check over there in South Beach because I have the money to do that because I want my own bathroom. Yeah. So, they get to dinner. They get to talking about this Chris situation And this is what I'm talking about. Giselle heard what Ashley said and then flipped it, so now Chris is at her grabbing booty. When what Ashley said, even though she was lying, that Chris was flirting with her friend and he was all leaned down like this. Somehow this, trying to flirt with the girl, I don't know what this flirting means. That, to Giselle, translated that Chris took his hand, grabbed behind, squoze, lifted, flipped it, did all those things. So now she then took this back to Robin. So Robin's like, what? He was grabbing booty? But y'all know how Bravo get down. If it was even the slightest of the grabbing of the booty, they would have caught it. Now I'm starting to think that Ashley brought her friend Jacqueline on her as we gonna try to not gonna set up a trap to see if Chris will fall for it, because she tired of her husband being the butt of all no jokes, no pun intended, because he is the booty grabber. And I'm gonna try to put some bait out there and see if Chris will take the bait. But Chris is not taking the bait because he is a faithful man to his wife and he loves his wife. And it's the fact that after Ash was like, I didn't say that, I just said he was like leaning on and flirting with her. They just skipped right past that. Didn't bring it up no more. And I was like, no. We need to hold Giselle to the fire on this one. No. We need to know how it went from Chris was flirting with his friend. Now, y'all, Nikki Star TV, shout out Nikki Star TV, said that Ashley's friend looked like Chris Samuels in the lace front. And now, every time they bring up the friend, my mind just goes to Chris Samuels in the lace front. And I don't want that in my life, but unfortunately, Nikki has planted that seed. But yeah, y'all should have, the way y'all hold Candace to the fire and Wendy to the fire, we needed to hold Giselle to this fire. Like, hold up now. You said he was grabbing booties, and this is not what Ashley said. So basically, you over here lying. Yes, she is lying. Again, adding on to the story. So, Peter comes over, says hey to everybody. He was like, Wendy, you ain't call me. She was like, well, I sent you a text. He goes around the table. Hey, everybody. Gives our hugs and kisses. Welcome. Enjoy your food. Now, this is when Ashley was starting to side-eye Mia. Because Mia put on this, oh, yeah, Peter's, and I do not like the fact that Ashley multiple times in this episode had me agreeing with her, like, yes, Ashley, speak the truth. She was actually speaking the truth, and I was here for it, but I was also mad because it was coming from her. My emotions was all over the place, y'all. So Ashley's looking like, well, the way Mia was talking is like Peter wouldn't even want Wendy in his restaurant. Like, this is seeming kind of weird. So she was like, well, you made it seem like they was beefing. And she's like, oh, he's such a joker. So since this didn't go how she thought it was going to go, she got to go over there and talk to Peter. Okay, Peter, what's going on? I thought you was beefing with Wendy. He's like, yeah, she came and talked to me about A, B, C, and D, but, she ain't got back in contact with me. Oh, so she had a contract with you, and she's not doing this. Oh, that's rude. Because, Wendy, she's supposed to be a professor, but now she's selling candles, and now she wants a restaurant. But Sharice, oh, yeah, I want to do this champagne lounge, so I'm going to talk to you. Yeah, Sharice has money. How you know how much money that, Sharice got? Or how much Wendy got. And you talking about Wendy, she's a professor and she owns candles. You was a stripper and you married up while you got with one of your clients. Giselle was a first lady and now she is evil. What is your point? At one point, Mia was calling Sharice, saying that since Sharice wanted her own bathroom, that translated to Mia that she's being theatrical. She's like, no, this is not the accommodations that I'm used to. Just like Mia, now you've been accustomed to not having to bring your luggage from the airport to the car. Like, have you been accustomed to nicer things that you didn't have growing up? Sharice is not accustomed to going on vacation and not having her own bathroom. That's not being theatrical, boo. That's just how she lives now. Anyways, where we at? Peter's issue is that Wendy came to his city in his restaurant and she hasn't called him. And one, it was not Wendy's idea to come to the restaurant. It was not Wendy's idea to come to the city. And when Wendy brought it up later, she's not accustomed to calling men who are not her husband when she comes into a city. There's been plenty of times I done went to Indiana to visit my grandma and have not called one of my uncles. You know why? Because they're going to show up at my grandma's house. So it is foreign for Wendy, who is, I'm thinking about going into business too, and I'll talk about business, but when I come into the city that you might be in, I got to call you. But where we do that at? Like, I don't know why Mia's taking Wendy and Peter possibly going into business together so personally, like she's putting money in on this. And like Wendy said, like when they was going over to Peter, sent her some information. She wanted to make sure all her T's were crossed and her I's were dotted. She wanted to look at some things and make sure if this is what she wanted to do. But being a married woman, and most likely this money coming from both of their accounts, she talked it over with her husband, and husband was like, you already rolling thin with what you got going on with your commentary, with you being a professor, with your candle business, you being a wife, you being a mother, you spreading yourself too thin, boo-boo. And she was like, you know what? And as she realizes that her health is taking a back seat to everything, maybe I need to cool it. And that's what she has done. But I'm assuming that when she sent a message to Peter like, hey, he said he's already going to go through with it whether she does it or not. So it's not like, he was getting his hopes up high and now he can't do that. It's just he got to get money elsewhere. But Mia, since you're so concerned about it, why don't you throw you and Gordon's money there? So they're back at the table, and Mia brings up, well, Wendy, Peter says he has beats with you because you know how to talk to him, and Wendy basically like, I'm not accustomed to, nor will I get accustomed to calling some other man that is not my husband when I come to town. That's not what I do. Me and my husband, we don't get down with that. Now, I will agree. Mia was talking with her hands, which I am a hand talker myself. Y'all see this all the time. She was pointed at the table. It may have, but not for real, was in Mia's face. But once Mia threw that drink at Wendy, to me, all bets was off. Whatever I say to you after this point, whatever Wendy said to me after that drink was thrown, I'm not mad at her. Now, Robin, she doggone out here recording like she TMZ, talking about some, you're being antagonistic. This heifer just threw a drink on me. Now, excuse me that I don't want to calm down, and I'm going to say, you and your husband be sleeping with every time that Harry and Paul, Paulina, Christina, all them people. Like, when you was upset, you walked up on Wendy. When you was upset, you pulled an umbrella up on Monique. When you was upset, you doggone rolled up on Ashley. It's okay for you to do that. It's okay for your good girlfriend to make up lies on people for storyline. But I can't get upset after getting a drink thrown on me and call this woman everything but a child of God. I'm going to need you to sit down somewhere. When it's like, you supposed to be a CEO and you out here throwing drinks on people? And y'all, shout out to the security guard who pulled Wendy to the side. I was like, boo-boo, this is way above you. Don't stoop down to that lady level. And I was here for it. Like, don't let her don't let her doggone break your character, diminish who you are. Don't stoop down to who she is. Because remember, this is what Mia is used to when she was in the strip club fighting with the strippers. When one of the regulars wanted to go somewhere else and spend his money. Wendy is still going on. Giselle and Robin are still making this all about Wendy. Now, to me, y'all maybe think I'm wrong, but this started because Wendy was in some business that wasn't her own, and I would bring Peter in this to you. If he had not said anything about beefing with Wendy, this wouldn't have happened. Because once she heard that, she thought that Peter was going to come for Wendy's neck. But Peter didn't do that. She had to drag it out of Peter while he was mad. And then she took that. Well, you're supposed to be doing this. You're supposed to be doing this. What does that have to do? You and Peter, brother and sister. And Wendy was like, you acting like you sleeping with Peter the way you talking. Like, girl, like, are you? Because you acting a little too like this got something to do with you when it don't. Mia gets up and hits Wendy with her purse and then throws her purse at her. Now I know some people gonna be like, well, Wendy deserved it because she was talking about Mia and Mia's husband. She didn't get to talking about them until after that drink was thrown. Then after that, it was all bets off. Now, Giselle, I know you're not going to do this because you don't see anything that what Mia did is wrong because you're still mad at Wendy from last season. So, you know how you were so scared for your life when the whole situation with Monique and Candace happened? So, is Mia going to have an intervention? Or are you going to be showing up with security because you're so fearful of your life? But of course, Giselle and Robin are going to make this Wendy's fault. Wendy, you just kept on antagonizing her. No, I was speaking my truth. First of all, this ain't got nothing to do with y'all. Just like me going into business or potentially going into business with Peter wasn't Mia's fault. And y'all, I can't believe it. Ashley, she sat there, it was like, yeah, I don't believe in all that getting physical stuff. But I was like, where was this when Candace got attacked? I'm here with you on this one. But at the same time, the attack you didn't see, you tried to make a statement. But anyways. So, Wendy, they talking, Mia, she done went off because, she got to, call Gordon again. Look at my nail. Your nail would not have gotten broken if you had not been throwing purses. If you had not been doing drinks, if you had not been jumping into business, it was not yours. See, this is the same thing that doggone it Robin be doing. Jumping in business that is not hers. Like, Robin would have a much better relationship with these women on this show if she wasn't always jumping in the defense of Giselle. Because now, Mia, you've jumped in some business that was not yours, and now you out here fighting. So Mia, she want to go somewhere. She want, Gordon to get her a plane ticket so she can go home. And nobody named Mia is going to be leaving this trip. So they was like, yes, Mia, she is so distraught right now. And she's talking about leaving, and Wendy's like, you know what, that's my time to leave. Because I'm not going to be around any Mia's empathizers. What she say? Because you, Giselle, was okay with the violence she done to me, but when when it came to the violence with me, but was against violence when it was Monique attacking Candace. So it's looking like when a dark-skinned or a more darker complected young lady is fighting another darker complected lady, since you were darker and you were attacking this person, I'm scared. I'm against violence. But Mia, when she's doing it, it is okay. She's justified. Just like the times when Robin have tried to fight people. She's lighter. So it's okay in your eyes that she's doing that. This is the way it's coming off. So I wonder, Now, of course, it's always going to be Wendy and Candace's fault, no matter what. Just like Giselle bending and twisting the truth about Chris, Candace is, she is building on to the story. It's Candace's fault and not the person who is telling the lies. Just like the last episode, Ashley bringing up things because what Candace told her. Why does it matter? I want all of this to be brought up at the reunion. And I don't want Giselle to be like, well, I was wrong. I apologize. And they scoot past it. No, I need her to be held to the fire. I need Robin to be held to the fire. I need Mia to be held to the fire. And I need Ashley to be held to the fire about all of the lies that they have been spewing. Again, once you threw that drink at me, all bets are off. I'm going to call you everything but a child of God. That's exactly what I'm going to do. So y'all, that was the gist. If I left anything out, by means leave a comment below. If you are new to my channel, welcome. Feel free to subscribe. It is free all day, every day, free 99. Make sure your notifications are on so my beautiful Facebook video. You can click on it, you can like it, and share it with your people. You can come up and be one of my peoples. If you're already one of my peoples, welcome back. Y'all know what to do. And tell your people, tell their people to come up and be one of my peoples by clicking that icon above. This is Lady T signing off. Have a good one.